Episode number 70, Goal Setting and Playing in the Quantum Field. Welcome, boss bitches, to the Boss Bitch Rising podcast. My name is Coach Kale, but some people prefer to call me Daddy Kale. I'm a mindset and success coach as well as a business strategist for entrepreneurs. I have over 10 years of experience as an entrepreneur and have helped transform the lives of thousands of people. I hold several certifications including NLP or Neuro-Linguistics Programming, Hypnosis, EFT, Reiki and Energy Healing, among others. My coaching method is simple. Awaken, align, activate, then ascend. Awaken your inner boss bitch through connecting to your most authentic self. Align in understanding with love and purpose. Activate your goddess soul, then ascend into your most confident, powerful, badass self. I know you're going to find so much value here. Now let's rise up. Welcome back, boss bitch, and Merry Christmas, or Merry almost Christmas. Happy holidays. I am sending you so much love and light and gratitude for you being here in today's episode, and I'm very excited to get into today's topic because, of course, as we're coming to the end of 2020, there's probably one thing on all of our minds. Of course, yes, we had a crazy ass last year, but also, what are we calling in for this next year ahead? What are our goals, and how are we going to go about planning to achieve those goals? How are we going to step into the right mindset to attract all that we desire? How are we going to embody the next level version of ourselves that is required to show up in order to be an energetic match? And then also getting our soul in alignment to be an energetic match. All of that is in today's episode. So let's hop right in because I am so eager to share today's topic. Today's topic is goal setting and playing in the quantum field. So you probably have always had goals. Goal setting is everywhere in our world. No matter what, there is always going to be a goal, dream, desire, or mission that you would like to accomplish. But why is goal setting so important? It is so important because it makes a clear, defined vision and action plan for what you wish to accomplish. If you are serious about achieving your goals, you need to ask yourself this most important, serious question. What kind of discomfort am I willing to endure in order to achieve my desires? Let me say that to you again. What kind of discomfort am I willing to endure in order to achieve my desires? Now you might be thinking like, Kale, what the fuck? I don't want to achieve goals that are going to put me through pain or, discomfort or anything uncomfortable. But the truth of the matter is we've got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. When we're trying to achieve that next level version of us, ourself, when we're trying to really make that step up in the level of success in our life that we do truly desire, this means we are going to have to shed old parts of ourselves that are no longer serving us anymore. This means that we might have to gain new knowledge or learn new skills or set better boundaries or change certain parts of our lifestyle, our thinking, our speaking, our acting and reacting that are just not serving us when it comes to being in alignment with attracting what we truly desire in our life. So yes, that does mean it's time to get comfortable being uncomfortable. In order to achieve the bigger goals you have set for yourself, this is likely going to require a different version of yourself, a different level of commitment. But the real challenge is not determining if you want the result, but if you are willing to accept the sacrifices and self-realizations required to achieve your goal. Do you want the lifestyle that comes with the quest? Do you want the boring or the ugly process that comes before the exciting, glamorous outcome? Now, of course, you've probably heard this so many times before, but if you're following lots of influencers on social media, typically you're only seeing the glamorous outcomes of all of their hard work. A lot of the time, you're not seeing the struggle that they've gone through in order to get to where they are now. For me personally, I had to go through my experience of being homeless in 2016 to really get me to understand the power of positive thinking. Being homeless really inspired me to write my first book. Being homeless inspired me to help people with their mindset and to help transform people's thinking and really how to create that ripple effect in other people's lives. So it is typically those tough things that we endure that really feed into those desires that we have for our life, as well as how we go about achieving them. But in today's episode, we are going to talk about how to start rewiring your subconscious mind. Especially if you've gone through tough times, traumatic events, you're typically going to have negative subconscious programs that are literally hardwired into your brain, and you probably don't even recognize that they're there. And a lot of the times these are getting in the way. So when you have these bigger, loftier goals, it is very important to sit and reflect and to have self-realization moments and intentional self-realization or personal connection practices that you have in place so that you can now get out of your way, like subconsciously, and start to implement new ways of thinking, new patterns, new strategies, and new habits that are now in energetic alignment with everything that you are attracting into your life. It is easy to sit around and think that we could do this or that. It's entirely different to finally accept the trade-offs that come with your desired goal. Everyone wants the reward, but what are you willing to do to achieve that reward? This brings us to our first key insight. Goal setting is not only about choosing the reward that you want to enjoy, but also the cost that you are willing to pay in order to get that reward. Goals are useful for setting the direction. You know where you want to go. Now it's time to see what you have to do in order to get there. Finding a system that works for you is a great first step in starting to make process for your goals. In fact, the primary benefit of having a goal is to help us really sort out what system needs to be in place in order for us to achieve it. You have that big lofty goal, and then you can start to visualize and see the plan of attack that you need to take. Chunk it down and piece it out into step-by-step directions to lead you to the goal. This is a great way for you to start to see that big goal as not so intimidating. I think oftentimes when we have these big ass lofty goals, it's intimidating to us because we only see the big goal and then we feel lost everywhere in between. But when you're going about goal setting, this allows you to really break that big goal down. What are all of the steps that you need to do in order to achieve that goal? Sometimes these steps are not just actions that you take. Sometimes these steps are thoughts that need to change or be implemented. Your speech may need to change, probably will need to change, but also new ways of speaking should be implemented, like speaking things into existence, speaking more positively, not only about yourself, but your environment and your abilities. Then starting to change your actions and reactions, especially in the face of challenges. Again, this is where that self-reflective process of goal setting is very necessary. When we are able to really sit with ourselves and observe and analyze, not from a place of being hypercritical, but from a place of really wanting to understand ourselves on a deeper level so that we can understand how we can go about doing things differently and more effectively, this is one huge crucial part in being a highly successful individual and a powerful manifester. So all of this brings us to our second key, which is insight. Goals determine your direction, systems determine your progress. You'll never get anywhere just holding on to what you feel is easiest or most comforting. So knowing insight or having insight when it comes to goal setting is huge. Because again, when you are going about achieving these big lofty goals, you need to really get connected within yourself. Understand that divine guidance that is constantly showing you the way. Connecting with your intuition. Spending more time alone so that you can really start to feel the feelings within your body. Your body, your mind, your heart, your soul is constantly telling you yes or no. Move forward or pull back. Set a boundary or live more freely. You are constantly being given either nudges or divine insight or intuition or whatever you want to call it. You are constantly being fed these messages. When you learn to tap into those messages by reconnecting with yourself on a deep level, spending more time alone, and really getting good at listening to that guidance, I swear to you, you will be invited into this new realm of flow and ease, something completely different than you've ever known before. I've been playing with this a lot this year, and especially because of all of the craziness with just this pandemic and all of the uncertainty that has really been thrown in our face. I've been playing with really getting quiet, really meditating, really going deep and just listening. And it's insane how much divine insight that I've received this year. Just little ideas that have come through that have been wildly successful. Little actions that I've taken that have paid off hugely. And so I am a huge advocate for, again, meditation. Like, you hear me talk about this all the time. But the more time that you spend alone, the more deeply you're going to know yourself. Therefore, you're going to be able to make better decisions, more aligned decisions. You will also begin to receive, I call them nudges or divine downloads, which is essentially just ideas that I don't think I would have otherwise ever thought of or come up with on my own if it wasn't for meditation and actually taking the time to spend that alone time with myself and just feel into what my body, what my mind, what my heart, what my spirit is telling me and how all of this is guiding me forward. So you desire to do the things that you desire to do because you already have the manifestation codes deep within you to unlock what it must take to achieve all that you desire. You've just got to get super clear with what your heart desires, intend to have it, and then take aligned action. And all of this can be done, again, when you just go inward. Aligning with the power of your heart's desire takes getting to know yourself on a deeper level than ever before, but also aligning with what it is that you truly feel called to achieve. And there are 3 basic strategies that I would like to share with you today in goal setting. So step number 1 is get crystal clear. You have the inspiration to accomplish your goals. Now it's time to get crystal clear on a few things. Number 1, get specific on the details of your goal. For example, if you want to lose weight, how much weight? And realistically, when will you have achieved this goal? If you want to buy a house, how big of a house do you want to buy? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Is there an attic or basement? Do you have a big front yard? Do you have a big backyard? Is there a pool in the backyard? For me, one of my, living my best life moments is to have an outdoor shower and a bathtub near a window. So that would be my very specific thing that I would be in the process of manifesting. But what are yours? Number 2, why do you want to accomplish this goal? Number 3, in what ways is having accomplished this goal going to make your life easier, more enjoyable, and more fulfilling? Number 4, how is accomplishing this goal not only going to affect your life in a positive way, but also the lives of those around you? And number 5, what other details of this goal are needed to make your plan of attack easier? I always love to chunk down. That means visualizing the big goal. Then there's a bunch of small parts. And usually there are subparts. If you think of the big goal as a year, there's 4 quarters in a year. So what bigger chunks can you chunk out of that one huge goal? And then within each of those quarter chunks, what other chunks do you have? And then in each of those smaller quarter chunks of that bigger quarter chunk, how can you chunk this goal down? Really make it a step-by-step plan of attack for yourself. Then step number 2 in achieving this goal is intend to have it. Now that you've gotten crystal clear on your goal, it's time to start calling it into your reality. And you can start doing this by step 1, begin a daily affirmation practice where you affirm it as if you already have it. So if you're manifesting that big house, you can say, I love bathing in this garden tub that overlooks my backyard where I have a meditation garden in the back. I love bathing in this tub because I get to take salt baths, I get to light candles, and this further enhances my manifestation powers. Affirm it and say, I love this home because I can raise my family here. This home is built with love and light, and this home is built with safety and security. Really affirm everything as if you have it now. Then step number 2, notice areas of your life that already have or mirror that of which you desire. So going back to, manifesting or calling in your dream home, do you take baths now? For me, that's obviously my example, but what is yours? If my example is, having this beautiful bathroom with this garden tub that has a window that overlooks the backyard with a meditation garden in the background, then how does my life mirror that now? Well, I take salt baths and I do some manifestation meditations like in the bathtub. I am a plant mom and I love, doing the whole plant mom thing. I guess I've gotten pretty good at that over quarantine. And I love to get outside, so having a space that has nice open spaces. So now, whenever I'm doing those activities that mirror that of which I am calling in, I now set myself in the space of gratitude as if I've already attracted and manifested this big dream house of mine. I hope that makes sense for you. So then step number 3, clear the space that you currently have. Both your physical space and your environment, so like clean your house, get rid of things out of your closet, really declutter, but also the energetic space in your heart and your mind so that you can receive everything that you desire. This is really powerful because when you start to clear space, this takes a lot of chaos and clutter and a lot of unnecessary out of your life. When you remove all of the unnecessary, you have lifted a lot of energy. It might not feel like anything is different, once you've gotten rid of all of those useless items that are just sitting around in your house or in your closet, but energetically, this has cleared a lot of space for you. Now, this is going to further enhance and assist you not only in the goal setting process, but also in the process of manifestation. Then step number 4, set marker points or progress points where you assess and analyze what is working for you in making progress towards your goals. Notice what is working best and what is not working so well for you. This is really important. I like having quarterly meetings with my staff members in my business, but I also do this for myself. I do this in a personal space, I do this in a business sense, and I do this financially. It's always good to touch base, to see where you're at, to analyze the last 1, 2, 3, or 4 months, to really understand what worked really well for you, and to really understand what is not working that well for you. This helps because now you can start trimming the fat, getting rid of some of that clutter like we just mentioned, and also re-implement or be a little bit more heavy with the things that are working. Maybe you need to transmute or morph some of the things that aren't working and implement heavier strategies around the things that are working. And then step number 5, reward yourself for the progress that you are making. Not only during these progress points or these check-ins, but also when you have big wins. This is huge. I would recommend getting a fairly standard way that you'd like to celebrate or some type of reward. Like when you hit this mark, this is your reward. When you make money, you're celebrating. When you've hit this progress point, you're doing this thing to celebrate. And already have this thing in mind. Really be intentional with the celebration process as well, because of course, yes, this does help the manifestation process. And then action step number 3 is aligned action. This is the strategy portion of manifesting your dreams, goals, and desires. Taking aligned action. Of course, you can just do, but if you're not taking aligned action, all that doing probably won't pay off as well as you really expected it to, because you're not falling into flow. In this portion of goal setting, it is important to get quiet and just go inward. Notice your intuition, those intuitive nudges that you get when you're in meditation. And then the more frequently you do meditation, you'll actually begin to notice that these intuitive nudges will come to you outside of meditation as well. You are going to be more connected with your soul's aligned purpose, with your higher self, with your intuition. And doing meditation more frequently will allow you to readily tap into this intuition and this divine guidance more frequently. So once you've got all of this down, this is where the real fun begins, because then you can start playing in the quantum field. So the quantum field combines quantum physics with the law of attraction and basically states that all particles of energy in the universe are entangled with each other, and all energy particles are surrounded by a field of limitless potential. Simply broken down, this means that pretty much anything that you can think of, desire, or feel in your heart has some place for reality creation and invention within your space, reality, whatever you want to call it. And then even more simply broken down, this means that anything that you intend to have, anything your heart desires, anything that you can think of, you can certainly call into your reality in some form. And then when you play in the quantum field, this is all of your life's possibilities, both positive and negative. Anything can be fulfilled into your reality. We attract into our life according to our beliefs, basically stating what we think and believe is true for our reality. This is definitely true for manifestation. When you think and feel more positively, you are going to start to attract that into your vortex, the basic law of attraction. If you think and feel more negatively about your environment and yourself, you're going to attract that. Like attracts like, and you are going to attract a match for your own energetic vibrations. Our beliefs do make us who we are, and each of our beliefs has a different energy or a different level of vibration. And this wave of energy is transformed into a vibration in which we transmit. And therefore, this vibration, according to who we are and what we're trying to attract, does create our reality. Now, if you're not super into manifestation like I once was, then you probably think this is complete horseshit. Now, I used to think the same thing about manifestation. And then the more deep healing and the deeper inner work that I started to do within my own personal growth, I actually saw that I always have been a very powerful manifester. All of us are very powerful manifestors. It's just like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? And how are you acting in your current reality? Are you erring towards abundance, more positivity, attracting love and light, aligned opportunities and all of that? Or are you dwelling on the things that you do not like, therefore further perpetuating that into your reality? This is a time for you to observe your thoughts and feelings. What we believe is of the utmost importance here, especially when playing in the quantum field. When you want to actively manifest something using the law of attraction, you have to change what you believe so that what you believe is a match for that of which you desire. You cannot manifest something that you don't believe in. So if you have any fears, self-doubts, or limiting beliefs or negative self-talk that are surrounding you and really hindering you in the manifestation process, you're not actually going to readily manifest it because you are self-sabotaging, if you will, or keeping yourself stuck or blocked. So the first thing you need to do is change your belief to match what you want to attract. And there are numerous ways that you can do this. And this will need real commitment as you start to change your core beliefs. This isn't always easy, but this is the reason why it's so important for you to do that self-reflection and self-analysis. Really understand what is your standard operating procedure. Are you erring towards this negative, self-limiting talk and belief system, or are you empowering yourself through your words and through your thoughts? Your beliefs when playing in the quantum field are so important, probably the most important part. If a belief that you have is not producing the results that you want, it takes more effort because you have to keep playing catch up. You have to keep fixing things and, going back and backtracking, or you'll try and do like we mentioned earlier, but then you keep keeping yourself stuck. These are all mouthful words right here. But this is often just such a repetitive task because you're not going to your core beliefs and working on those first. If you feel like you've been attempting and trying over and over again to manifest these things into your life and you still continue to fall short, that is a clear indicator that there is something happening beneath the surface. And unfortunately, you might not even recognize or know what that is. That's when hiring the help of a coach or a mentor to really sit back and observe what is going on behind the scenes, that might be something that you should look into. That is something that I know I had to do in my quest in manifestation and really stepping into my true power and aligning with everything that I'm calling in my life. And if you are feeling stuck and like you've continued to try again and you keep falling short, then this is probably something that you want to do as well. Your vibration and your belief systems do need to match. The quantum field is where the magic happens. It is the matter that is created from your thoughts and your beliefs and your vibration. And this is key when you are in the manifestation process. Your energy, your belief systems, the feelings that you have in your body are everything when playing in the quantum field. Your vibration is controlled by your emotions. And you've probably heard this before. Emotions are energy in motion. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your vibration is controlled by your emotions. What you vibrate, you attract, whether it's positive or negative, whether it's inside of you or outside of you. It does not matter. Your vibration is controlled by your emotions. Your thoughts create your feelings, and what you vibrate, you attract. So when you are playing in the quantum field, the goal here is to create a life, obviously, that you desire, but one of flow and ease and fun. Of course, like we mentioned earlier, there will always be some sacrifices that you need to make along the way, patterns that need to be changed or completely rewired, and self-realizations need to happen in order for you to fully attract everything that is aligned for you. But the process of attracting and creating the life of your desires should be one of playfulness and flow, and allowing yourself these intuitive nudges and really getting connected so that you are feeling and hearing this internal guidance. This will actually make that sacrifice process, like the process of you letting go of the things that are no longer serving you and changing or getting rid of those old patterns, this will actually make that somewhat fun and easy. Of course, in the very beginning, it is difficult because you're shedding your old self. But the more that you tap into that internal guidance, the more that you get connected with your intuition, the better you get at being by yourself and listening and just going inward and connecting with your higher self, the easier it will be for you to just actively release everything that is not serving your highest and best good. In fact, you will welcome and encourage this into your life because just the feeling that you'll have within your soul, within your heart of being completely aligned with everything that is for your highest and best good is literally an unmatched feeling. It's a feeling that no pair of shoes, no diamond necklace, no 60-inch TV, no other person could possibly give you. This is that self-fulfilling prophecy that you've probably heard of before. And the more healing work you do, the more meditation you do, the more in tune you become with yourself, the more flow, ease, fun, and playfulness that you invite into your life. And remember here, there are limitless possibilities and potentials ready available to you and inside of you in this moment right now. When you begin to tap into your innate strengths and get to know yourself on a deeper level, here you will be able to start accessing your limitless potential in the quantum field. When you begin to do this work, you are able to tap into your deeper sense of alignment and understanding. You will be able to tap into this flow, this ease, this playfulness while doing this work. And sometimes this work isn't so easy. Sometimes this work isn't so fun. But even through those moments, you will still feel connected to that flow, that ease, and that playfulness. And eventually this will just become your norm. This will become a natural part of your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual framework. Just listening to your intuition and feeling that intuned, innate guidance from your spirit. And when you are working in the quantum fields, it's important to understand that there are endless possibilities, potentials, realities that do exist for you, but it is your responsibility to align yourself with what feels in accordance to that of your higher self, your most aligned self. And take this awareness and intention of quieting the mind and connecting by going inward. So it is time for you to align. You're listening to this podcast for a reason. In order for you to create the reality that you desire for yourself with flow and ease and fun, you must allow your ego to take a back seat and let your heart and intuition speak directly to you. Now, I'm very excited because I've created a 3-day goal setting workshop. This workshop is split up over 3 days because day number 1 goes into mindset. I walk you through step-by-step goal setting strategies and then how to really get connected with your most authentic self when playing in the quantum field. I also have 2 guest expert coaches coming in. Miss Brittany Coffo is an organizational specialist. She helps people get their shit together, get organized, and start to align themselves with that life that they do envision themselves having. Then the other guest expert coach is Miss Lauren Allen. She teaches you embodiment techniques and strategies of how to really step into your power, especially when playing in the quantum field, especially when you have these big lofty goals. Day number 2 is going into all things body. We are talking about fitness goals, nutrition goals, as well as staying in optimal health. I have 2 guest experts coming in on day number 2. Emily Kloss, she is a nutritionist and a holistic health expert, as well as Dr. Greg Jones, who is a naturopathic medical doctor. He is going to teach us and guide us through how to stay in optimal health naturally in this year ahead, especially through a pandemic. And then day number 3 goes into soul alignment. This is where we are going to go deep into learning who you are on your most authentic level. I want to guide you and help you get reconnected with yourself. We're going to do this through 3 different modules. One of them is going to be inner child healing. We are going to get connected to that playful side of yourself and that little boy or little girl that lives within inside of you who is ready to start playing again. We are also going to do breath work and sound healing, guided by Cheryl Park. She's also a holistic coach, and she's going to guide us through some beautiful exercises that will help you get regrounded and reconnected with yourself. And last but not least, we are also going to be guiding you through a soul alignment hypnosis. This is going to be a deep and powerful hypnosis that goes deep into your subconscious mind to really instill everything that you've learned over this 3-day virtual summit. You can find the tickets for this virtual summit on my website, which is kaleroberts.com. Click on the events tab and you'll see it right there. There's 3 different ways to participate in this summit. Of course, you can buy a basic ticket, which gives you access to the 3 days plus bonus content that will be provided from all of the guest experts and coaches. An upgraded ticket provides you access to not only the summit and the bonus content, but also exclusive access into courses provided by those guest experts and myself. And then the VIP package includes everything that I just mentioned, plus 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with myself at a heavily discounted price. I want to really help you take control over your mind, your body, and your soul alignment when you're in this manifestation process. I want you to really have fun playing in the quantum field and understand everything it takes for you to achieve everything your heart desires. All it takes is fully aligning with that. And being that I love doing what I do, I cannot wait to share everything this virtual 2021 Breakthrough Summit has for you. Again, get your tickets, go to kaleroberts.com, click on the event tab, and you'll see it right there. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. Until next week, my love. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I hope you found extreme value in today's content. Of course, if you love today's episode, take a screenshot, share it on social media, and tag me in it, because not only do I love to feel all the love, but I also love to hear your feedback. Of course, if you want to get connected with me further, you can find me on my website at kaleroberts.com or on social media. I'm at The Kale Collective. Until next week, boss bitches, rise up.